here to blow out your eardrums in 2019 is SneakyDevil and Fanfiction Contempt Theater 9002, episode 66. Joining me today is Max, Horace, and Atin, and we are gonna have some amazing fanfiction for you. So, let us just hop right on into it. Let me make sure I actually have Max represented on the edge card here.
Oh yeah, because I wasn't here the last two
Indeed.
Fridays. Yo, I like this already, Sneaky. I'm looking at their shopping page, and it's like, do you want a lifetime subscription or a monthly? Sorry, you want a lifetime license or a monthly subscription? You are already better than a number of PDF editors I've looked at.
Do you just want to buy it? Just outright buy it?
Like I told you, Adam. So far, the company I've seen handle this like pseudo subscription model is the guys who handle Vegas.
By far,
Vegas.
the best investment I ever made was into Malwarebytes years ago. Oh fuck it, that was a decade ago.
Anyone that let you grandfather in with a lifetime license, that's cool too. But like,
you're
the guys
old,
that handle
motherfucker.
the guys that handle like Vegas Movie Studio and Vegas Pro, here's how you do it: you buy the software, you own it forever. If there's a big shiny update, you get a massive discount to get an upgrade to it, and you'll just own two versions of it, one older that you're comfortable with, and one that has more bells and whistles. And let's say, I'm gonna wait 4 iterations. You still get a massive upgrade on that iteration that's on that 4 iterations away. Let's say you bought Vegas Pro in 2010, you decide to upgrade it in 2018, you still get that discount. It's the best way I've seen. It's like, you keep the software, and if you want to get the newest update, here you go, guys. We'll knock like $300
This is
off
fucking
that
Harry
$600
Potter bullshit, isn't it?
price.
What else
I mean,
would
we
be with a name
if
like
Arn
Whittle
isn't
the
here,
Ages?
we'll just skip over it and do something else. But anyway, if Arn does not respond, we are legally allowed to leave. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna do Ruby. Oh, Ruby Konosuba, even better. Oh wow.
Oh Jesus!
Wow.
Look, I'm not the biggest fan of Konosuba.
Oh wow,
but
it's even better than I thought it would be. Oh God. All right.
Where he's gonna hurt himself.
Since he's not here, we're gonna do this story instead. So I hope you are all ready to rumble, because I got some great. I got some amazing fanfiction for you all to sink your teeth into.
No.
But if you want to follow along, you can just click on the link in the Discord down below. And remember, just because I am providing you with a link as per Twitch's guidelines, I am required to remind you to not at any point in time contact the authors of fanfictions we feature here, because Twitch thinks that's harassment.
And we're not about that here.
But
unless they're a kid toucher.
I mean, we're not supposed to say you should do that to anybody.
You're right. We
Officially.
Unofficially, we'll be providing their name, address, place of business. No, we can't actually do that. None of us.
I'm getting ads again? That is fantastic news. Now, only if they would pay
none of us can be bothered with that.
Anyway, so this is Konosuba Ruby crossover called Konosuba, the Ark's Blessing on This Wonderful World. Wow, can you get a more unoriginal title? I don't think that's physically possible.
Oh, fuck off, Storms. I don't want to deal with
now, you know, I give kudos to people in certain sections when they go with the thematic naming or some sort of pun name. Like, you know, it's a Mass Effect story about a self-insert that fucks things up, and it's called Mass Defect. It's a Harry Potter story, and the story's title is Harry Potter and the Thing That Happens. You know, that's thematic or punny. I like that.
I still don't think any of them are going to be as good as Inquisitor Caro.
Yes.
In terms of sheer what the fuck is this crossover?
True. But this here, This is low-hanging fruit. This is so low-hanging.
That is an insult to low-hanging fruit. This is fruit that fell off the ground, that fell off the branch and is on the ground and has been rotten for like 3 days, and someone kind of scooped up with a damn shovel.
The fruit is so low-hanging that it is actually burrowed into the core of the world
and become a new tree.
Yes.
It planted
it's a shit
itself.
Tree. John Arc finally did it. He defeated Cardin Winchester, so you better believe he's celebrated. In fact, he died because of it. Fortunately for the Blonde Knight, our lovable idiot goddess Aqua, I don't think she's lovable, and I
would say, I don't think she's lovable. I think she's useless. And what do you mean he partied like what? Am I supposed to believe John Arc went on like a 4-day coke bender or something?
Yes.
I mean, listen, not that doesn't have lots of comedic possibility and potential, but
yes. Aqua gave him a second chance in life.
This is not the story for it.
Human King. As soon as Aqua stops crying, that is. Alright, so the main characters of this story is John, Aqua, Megumin, and Darkness, with the tags being humor. And we all know how good authors are at objectively deciding when a story is humorous.
I think my favorite part is how I can't wait to see how it shoehorn in how Aqua is going to be a dick to John. Like,
you really need to shoehorn in him.
Well, if you looking at this picture that we can't
because here's the
read.
problem. They have to come up with a stupid way for Jean to die. Well, let me phrase that. They don't have to, but in order to have any semblance of narrative decency, they have to have John die in a stupid and/or humiliating way in order for Aqua to laugh at John, then John to get angry, then John to go, well, I'll bring you with me, hurdy-durdy-doo.
Oh god, like that freaking Noble Six story where it's just like,
yeah,
what?
where he is for some reason an angry loner man, but then she makes fun of the Spartans that he doesn't care about, and then he's an even angrier loner man.
To be fair, Lone Wolf was his literal designation.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It
like,
was overly edgy.
They went from him being an edgy loner to an edgy team player in the space of 2 sentences? If that?
Oh, fucking come on!
What?
I'm sitting here trying to pry open this can of maple syrup, and they have one of those, you know the plastic tabs?
Hold on a minute. Explain why you're sitting here trying to pry open a jar of maple syrup during a stream.
Because I want to drink it?
Why are you drinking maple syrup?
Why aren't you drinking maple syrup?
I mean, I'm drinking, hold on, let me check the viscosity of this rum.
Anyway, so as I was saying, so you know those shitty plastic tabs they have? Like it's a seal, but there's like a pull-up plastic piece you're supposed to be able to use as leverage to pull the seal off?
I guess.
Sort of.
The plastic tab ripped off. The seal is still on. Now I'm fucking using a knife. Preventing me from my maple.
Glad you're getting use out of that.
It is that knife you sent me too.
Well, I figured you only have one folding knife, and that would be sent by me.
1, 2, 3.
Oh lord,
4,
Pedro's clipping
5,
something.
6,
oh god, no.
7, 8. Not like 9.
You have 9 folding knives? Jesus Christ, you have as much of a problem as I do then.
I have 1 folding knife, 1 katana, 1 rapier.
Them. I don't know where they are. I just know I have them.
Well, technically I have 2 katanas.
Why do you have 2?
One of them's a replica Genji sword, which isn't. It's not technically a katana because it's a straight edge.
That's a display sword. You could hit someone real good with that, though. Steel is steel. But wait,
I mean, I could put an edge on it.
Well, yeah, very easily. What's the other one?
Huh? Oh, the other one is just a crappy one of Getsuga Tensho in Bankai form. I have Asuna's rapier. Somewhere around here, I just have like a normal long sword. And then I have an energy sword.
See, Atin's got all these like fucking display swords, and here I am, just like, hey, wanna see how I got these scars?
No, hold up a minute. A large number.
Oh, that is a lot of whiskey. Fuck.
Oh, Jesus, you. I would say a large number of my swords are not display pieces, or the ones that are display pieces are displays just because they don't have an edge. They have an actual tang, and you could put an edge on them.
Speaking of which, I actually
sharpen it like you would a
Monster Hunter sword from the local Vermont beverage warehouse.
I'm driving up to Vermont and getting you out of there now.
He won't go. I tried.
It's okay. I won't need to, I'll force him.
I like that, and apparently me just dumping that Asuna rapier on you makes you an SAO tard, apparently.
Yep. Yeah, Atin's a Fedora tipper, can confirm.
What?
Anyway,
meanwhile, I'm sitting here with my Cold Steel Zweihander.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I have one sword, because I actually did like it. It's not like it's one of Kirito's edgy pieces of nonsense.
Max sent me a katana.
You will be nice to Darkness Repulsor. That's actually a very nice sword design. It's ridiculous, but it's nice.
Max has sent me a flip knife that looks very nice. He sent me a katana that looks very nice. And he's also sent me a cane with a 50 cal bullet for a handle.
That also is hides
That is also a sword.
I mean, you say you're forgetting the most important part.
So, if you ever go walking out, you got two options.
I appreciate the cane, Max. I use it often.
Meanwhile, I just have a fucking Scottish claymore in my grandfather's basement, apparently.
Well, I mean, I also sent you a Deus Vault mug, so you got that.
That you did, thank you.
Anyway,
Darkness. God, I'd wager too.
That is all John Ark could see as he looked around in what seemed to be an endless void of literal nothingness as he was seated in a regular wooden chair, although there was no discernible source of light. He could clearly see the floor was black and white marble arranged like a chessboard. The blonde kept looking around for any way out of this void, but to no surprise, he only saw an endless black void. Yes, you have mentioned that the void is in fact both black and endless about approximately 6 times now. It seemed to wrap around an area of light. Making up his mind, John decided that the best way to get answers was to walk into the void and see if he could find anything of importance. John Ark, welcome to the afterlife. Before John could act upon his suggestion, he heard the voice of a young woman. What the fuck is that pace? Jesus Christ. This is the exact shit I talk about and rant to Max about. At least I used to, all the fucking time.
Which stuff? Which is it?
John Ark, welcome to the afterlife. Before John could act upon his suggestion, he heard the voice of a young woman. So in the previous paragraph, the author had John decide that he was going to get up and start exploring. And then, new paragraph, dialogue, and then after the dialogue it says John stopped moving before he could start moving because he heard someone speak.
You didn't have to separate those into paragraphs.
Well, not only that, it's not proper pacing in terms of action events.
Also correct.
If you want to organize it properly, it would be John decides to get up and go. Then you would go, John, but before he could do so, he hears a voice. John Ark, welcome to the afterlife. He froze, or not, I guess not even froze. John turned to see who the voice was. Him stopping and you mentioning him stopping because of the voice would come before the voice because it's an action that's occurring before the lines are said. It's a simple sequence of events.
Well, you can also reword it so that you could have the dialogue for it, because the dialogue would happen before such thing, but that's a separate matter.
That's like it's like saying that you're driving down the street and then a truck flies in front of you. But then you brake before the truck flew in front of you because you saw the truck. Like that's not how you would tell the sequence of events. You're driving down the street, then you brake because you saw the truck that then flew out in front of you. You don't say the truck flew out in front of me and then I broke because the truck flew out in front of me.
Well, yes, you do actually. That sometimes happens where a car goes across the front of you and you break out of panic. You don't always see it before you brake.
Yeah.
You picked a bad example if you're trying to prove a point.
No, but it's the sequence of events though, Max. You brake because you saw the truck. Regardless of what point in time you saw the truck, you brake because you saw the truck. If you didn't brake when the truck flies out in front of you, you would have hit the truck. Like, you braking is required to happen to not hit the truck. You see what I'm saying? Are you following this sequence of events?
I get it.
Oh, I get it. I just think it sounds dumb the way you're describing it.
You sound dumb. Then you word it better. You find a fucking better example.
It's not my point to make.
Then you can shut the fuck up.
Don't ask me questions you don't want the answer to, dickhead.
I didn't ask you a question before. You're the one that interjected your opinion.
That's just like your opinion, man.
Exactly. Thank you, Ann.
Tension.
Hey.
What?
Hello, Moth.
Tension's recommending dumb
Welcome.
shit again.
Welcome to a Ruby Konosuba story. It's fucking garbage. I've been screaming more about things not related to this story than related to this story. Reminder that Aqua is useless. I appreciate you using your my activity feed to post that.
You're welcome. I mean, she is.
Yes, no, she is literally. She's the Brazilian on your team in Dota. That's what she is.
No, hold on a minute. Sometimes the Brazilian can do something useful by being stupid.
And sometimes
like
Aqua
baiting
can
the
do
entire
something
enemy
useful
team.
by being stupid.
This
Like
is
bait.
true.
She was bait once.
She's been
once.
bait multiple
Yes,
times.
once. Only the one.
Yeah, like a Brazilian, they're only useful once.
FBI should be knocking on that door any minute now.
I'm gonna get letters.
You're gonna get something, all right.
She casually appeared out of the darkness. But you see, she was molded by it, born in it. Unconcerned by the bizarreness of the place, and elegantly walked past him to sit on chair opposite of the blonde knight somehow. He failed to notice the other chair. What is this sequence pacing of this? He's just doing it left and right.
What's sequence pacing? No one knows what that is.
He goes to sit on the chair that he previously didn't see. Say it like that. Not walks past him to sit on the chair opposite of the knight that he didn't notice. What? It was made of white wood with a velvet cushion, and was high-backed. You mean to say, author, it was a high-backed white wood chair with a velvet cushion? Jesus fucking Christ. He can't even get his description pacing right. Fucking Christ. Something that Weiss would probably buy to remind everyone else that she is loaded with wine. What? Where's this random opinion of Weiss coming from?
This author probably doesn't like Weiss.
I mean, I know the author doesn't like Weiss, but John was in love with Weiss, or at least thought he was. Like,
yes, but see, the thing is, you don't seem to understand. The author's headcanon supersedes all else. Because
John better not take Aqua, says Moth. Well, Moth, oh, hee hee. That's exactly
Moth,
what's happening. Because,
no
but you see, Moth, him not taking Aqua would require the author to be smarter than a potato that was left in the sun for 10 days, and then, yeah, that's about it, actually.
Well, if he doesn't take Aqua, then how does the story start?
By him wishing for superpowers so he could be a hero and fight bad guys. Just, dawn things. The young woman sat on the chair like she was a young empress, youthful arrogance, yet still enough to show her nobility. And John's making these observations, author?
John, the let's be clear here, uncultured fuckwit.
Oh, hey, Basolus. Good, you're here just in time for us to read you a Ruby Konosuba story where John Ark partied so hard he killed himself and is now he's now describing Konosuba canon the same way M. Night Shyamalan writes his movies. Incoherent. She had creamy white skin, and her hair was soft blue, just like her eyes. And this was very rare on Remnant, to the point where silver-eyed people are easier to find than blue-eyed people.
I see.
Real Ruby character height list.
They were all freakishly tall, remember?
Yeah, I'm aware. It's just there is in fact a picture of them all. If I could make this, how do I make this bigger? See full size image. There we go. Okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead and press that
Okay,
X to
fair
doubt
enough.
button.
Brown, green, brown, purple, red. Alright, okay, fair enough. Okay, so maybe blue is a rare color. But, half the cast is wearing masks or glasses that cover their eyes or they don't open them. Or they've, or they're blind. But, anyway. Not the point. The point is
Is there a point? We don't know what an actual.
The point is the author's trying to make a joke here about, lol, look how rare blue eyes are. There's more characters with silver eyes than blue in the character list. And my response is, That's not really funny. I mean, am I alone in this? Was this a joke that just went over my head?
No. I don't think it's a joke that went over your head. I just think the author's an idiot.
I'm in the Discord. Congratulations. So is everyone else here.
Yeah.
Well, not everyone else.
No, everyone in the chat's currently in our Discord.
There's a reason we link to it.
Yep.
Unless he's talking about the author.
Oh, it's possible. Are you talking about the author? Because if you're talking about the author, yeah, can you, like, slap him visually for me?
What's Tension saying I'm going to love?
Glinda is nowhere near as tall as she portrayed. Ruby characters are completely inconsistent in height. Yes, they are.
No, they were consistent up until we lost Monty.
Fair.
Because the man had a full height chart that he made.
Yes, I know. I use it.
Yeah, it is constantly being referenced.
You say we use it quite frequently.
Of
but
course,
it seems anybody else fucking does.
The biggest problem though is that Glinda's wearing like 3 to 4 inch heels.
Yes. Yes, she is.
Honestly, I think that's being a little like too conservative. Like those are some heels.
So after John's oddly introspective moment where he deeply studies the color of a woman's skin.
Sorry. Found a great picture. I guess I'll stick this in Western Gas. It's a great Ruby picture of Team Juniper. You should
Moments ago, you died.
No.
Your life was short yet fulfilling by your own terms. However, it doesn't change the fact that you are, in fact, dead. Is that a fact? It might be.
What? Nah, she just said that it's... Nah, it's not a fact. Not a fact at all.
I think that's an opinion.
Oh, what's the fact?
What if that was an option? You know, you're sitting there dead, and like the Grim Reaper, fucking whatever you believe in, comes for you, and you're like, "Yo, man, you're dead." It's like, what? I want a second opinion on this.
I demand a lawyer.
I think I'm gonna take you to court over this slander. I'm gonna sue to come back to life.
I mean, if you could actually appear in the court of law, the judge would have no choice but to declare you legally alive.
That's true.
Now, whether or not
Your Honor, but the fuck?
Now, whether or not that would be a binding referendum against death, well, that's another story entirely.
Then you just take it to the Supreme Court, then.
You just, like, take death to court? Just like,
I'm
okay.
suing death.
Do I need to remind you that I'm a lawyer? What's do you know how many things I had to do to get this license, He-Man?
Hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna, shit. Fucking, you're not helping me, Google.
Why would it?
I'm trying to get the opening line to, NCIS, and,
Oh, don't get us Sneaky, we just got ads back. Don't get us demonetized.
Why would I get us demonetized?
Copyrighted content.
Hold on. In the criminal justice system, death-based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious crimes are members of an elite squad known as the Special Death Unit. And these are their stories.
Also, I'll be real. Special Death Unit sounds like some kind of edgy teenager, like, fanfiction thing.
Oh, I was gonna say it sounds like a short bus went off a long pier.
I'm just gonna go cut my nails now.
Alright, have fun with that.
Nice. At least I'll get something productive done during the damn stream.
I'm just gonna go ahead and get this noose ready. There we go.
Hey, you know what, Max? I think I'm gonna go work on one of my Exias.
Gonna need 2 nooses for this one.
You gotta go work on the hardest XP I sent you. Have fun with that.
No. I'll probably snap the damn thing out of anger.
Knowing
Anyway.
you, that's definitely possible.
All of this, all of what? You mean the one thing she just said? Your life was fulfilling, according to yourself, but you are dead. Oh man, everything you just said to me is really keeping me down, man. The part where I said your life was fulfilling? That's getting to you? That you lived a fulfilling life?
You seemed to have led a fulfilling life. Oh, you're bringing me down, man.
Okay. Alright. He had no idea what was going on. He was dead, right? Yep, we've mentioned that several times now. Then why wasn't he in heaven?
Even.
Well, first off, author, you're importing Christianity into the setting, which it doesn't exist. So, you know.
So
And
you
saying,
know, yeah,
oh,
there's
well,
that.
all fucking religions have a heaven. No.
Quite a few of them don't. In fact, quite a few of them rely, or
That's
at least quite a few of them
very
rely on
Abrahamic understanding of religion, sir.
I would say, also, don't forget, quite a few of them rely on you taking several trips around the bend, as it were.
Well, I mean, some of them, well, because technically,
You say around the bend.
He's talking about reincarnation.
Yeah,
I know.
That's
several
not,
trips around the block.
Not heaven, though. You know,
But several of them feature you have to take several trips around the bend to get to the state where you can enter.
Yeah, but again, it's still not heaven. Like the Hindu version, where you get reincarnated higher and higher or lower and lower depending on your actions in your life, until eventually you become part of Brahman or whatever it was. Like that's not heaven.
Ramen.
Like that's not heaven. Once you become part of Brahman, that's it. You stop existing. You are now part of Brahman.
There's going to be a very serious problem if you said
yes, ramen. Yeah, yeah, haha. I said ramen. Wahaha. Get the dick out of your ears. Why can't he remember his own death? Well, considering that when you die, your brain stops recording, probably why you can't remember you dying. Because, you're dead.
You're dead, kid.
Brahma. It's Brahma. Look, brah. Don't step on me.
Now, look, in theory, I suppose it's possible he should remember the moments immediately preceding his death.
That's true enough. That's true enough. But, you know, if he was drunk and coked up, he probably would. Wait, never mind. His memories are coming back to him. It was a regular day in Beacon Academy, and the students were eating lunch.
Here's the problem with that. We are beginning with, he was in the hotel with 13 hookers and a pint and a kilo of coke.
Yeah. And the birds were beesing.
I was say, I realized I should caveat that.
And the flowers.
I realized I should caveat that statement by saying, for him to be dead.
That's actually Atin's fantasy of how he's gonna die with hookers and blow.
That is factually untrue.
That's the first thing you hop to, so I can only predict that you're projecting.
Listen,
how does
the
that
way
work?
that I want to die is entirely different, and I will not be going into it here on public broadcast.
Oh well, that's kinky.
And
the
can we move on?
birds were chirping and the flowers were blooming, and
I'm sorry, not all of us have fantasies about dying as a goddamn hobo because we refuse to move to a place that has actual job prospects.
The trees were blooming and glistening in the
Was
sunlight.
that a projection onto someone else, or was
Kids
that you
like
saying...
you should be burning in hell.
And now we've had the Sans joke. Congratulations, everyone.
And
You've
John
witnessed the
Ark was
worst
currently
part of
cheering
this
like
round.
no tomorrow. Well, why is he cheering? The audience might ask. Well, you see, it's because he's finally beat his bully Cardin Winchester. Like, we seriously, author, are we seriously having a freeze frame? I bet you're wondering how I got into this situation moment here.
You bet your ass we
Because
are.
that's how you're writing it. Because you're writing the flashback like it's John Ark explaining to us what was happening and not him remembering it. By using the power of ass pull.
The almighty power of ass pull.
You know, I think I'm going to need to get canned laughter, and I need to bind it to a key. So every single time I see the author trying to be funny, but isn't, I can play some canned laughter for them. Because that's the only time they'll ever hear someone laughing at one of their jokes.
Woof. That was rough.
Yeah, he didn't care because he was celebrating until he was gonna drop dead. Ha 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 ha. He danced in the cafeteria. He danced on Professor Port's desk. He danced in Ozpin's coffee. He bitch slapped twice and danced like a badass. He danced in his dorm room, and then he had a heart attack.
Really? Like,
Really?
see, that's what I mean. It's just the lamest stuff.
Ha 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 ha. Literally, the scene he just described, the author, not John, the author just described, the scene he has just described is a Lonely Island skit. And if you've ever seen a Lonely Island music video, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Unfortunately, I do. I hate it.
Thanks! I hate it.
And just like
Thanks, it
that, he
sucks.
regrets getting his memories back.
And just like that, we all regret having to listen to this.
V Solus has subscribed to me. Well, I appreciate you donating money to me, sir.
Huh.
Because,
Someone actually gave you money.
yes, someone has given me money.
Amazing. No one has ever done that in the history of Dota.
Get a soundboard. No, dude, I really need to get a soundboard.
Do you really?
Listen, getting a soundboard is way far away.
My buddy Aura told me about Sneaky having a Discord. I wanted to join because I had a great convo with the guy, and lo and behold, I'm greeted to this shit all the time. Well, you know, that's just how it goes. You have one good
sometimes you don't get what
conversation
you
with
want.
me, and the rest of your life is shitpost. Just ask Max.
Yeah,
No, hang on. I had multiple conversations with you, and then we made the mistake of meeting up on Steam and playing Left 4 Dead 2 together.
And then the rest of your life is shitposts.
I would say, ironically enough, yes, that is how I met Sneak. I had a great conversation with him about Dota.
And
Then
now
you
here I
realize he's
am.
kind of a massive piece of shit.
Yeah.
And now here I am, 4 years later, listening to him rant about fanfiction on the internet.
3,000 years later.
Lord.
Are my teammates alright? Are my teammates alright? Why wouldn't they be alright? You're the one who had the heart attack in front of them.
I mean, I suppose he could be asking after their mental state.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Pure at this point is just like crying into a pillow.
The woman's face softened a bit as she looked at John. Your teammates are alright, but now they are in a bit of a bind. What did she just mean by that? No punctuation? Question mark? You see, shortly after your death, Beacon Academy was nuked. And everyone...
No, it was the Horde of Beasts trope.
Yes. Horde of Beasts came and blew up Beacon Academy, but don't worry, the entire team is safe. And then the woman started to laugh at him, mockingly. No punctuation. Okay, so yeah, the author just does not believe in punctuation at the end of paragraphs. Like, they make normal sentences, like, they know how to use a period. It's just paragraphs apparently don't deserve punctuation.
Paragraphs don't exist. They're a myth created by the Big Pharma.
Did you know that nose hair is part of Big Pharma?
This is a lie. I deny all allegations.
Sorry, it's just in all of my time doing this, I've never seen someone die in such a dumb way. She laughed even harder, making John barely contain his anger. You were so overjoyed you managed to give yourself a heart attack. The funniest part of it was that you wet yourself, and the headmaster laughed at your death as they carried you to the hospital. The only people that didn't laugh at you was your family. And even then, they were barely capable of not laughing. Okay, again. When you die, you piss and shit yourself.
That's just be how it do, folks.
That's just how dead body do. So, no one would be laughing. Like, if you peed yourself, as in the main character of Konosuba did, he was so scared, he peed himself, and then he died, because he thought he was going to get hit by a car. Yes, I can see people laughing at that.
But at a school for combat where people gonna die, at minimum, well, first of all, it's completely out of Osmond's character.
Yeah, and entirely out of Osmond's character. But no, but even beyond that, again, on top of that, it is possible to get a heart attack by being happy. Because people who have a high blood pressure can in fact get a heart attack from being happy and laughing too hard and putting too much strain on their system.
But even leaving that aside, right? Even leaving that aside, it is once again at a combat school where, first of all, ignoring out of character for Ozpen, you don't think the guy who runs the combat school would maybe, just maybe, be used to people dying?
Yeah.
This is also considering that he's a literal years old man who's gone through so much shit, he might as well qualify for the Marine Death Corps.
So anyway, John proceeds to have a temper tantrum, and he turns into an SJW where all he can say is the word "stop it." And he curls into a ball and covers his ears.
What?
Yep. Well, I've vented enough stress for today. My name is Aqua. I'm the goddess who guides humans to the afterlife when they die young. You have two choices. You can go to heaven, or you can be reincarnated into Remnant. But I don't think you should be reincarnated in the Remnant, because that world sucks. John clearly knew reincarnation was out of the picture. He refused to go back to the hellhole. Now it's even worse because the Grimm invaded Beacon. And clearly heaven is just boring.
So when did John become like a wimp who would refuse to this is the kid who so desperately wanted to be a hunter he faked his way into a combat school? and didn't run away, for the record. Like, got into real combat situations and didn't run away like a chicken, even though he had literally no idea what he was doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. On top of that, even better is with it, Aqua doesn't even say anything about heaven. She's like, "Oh, you can go to heaven," and John's like, "Wow, heaven sounds boring. I don't want to go to heaven." It's like, wait, what?
What's your favorite myth class? The Book of Revelations. That sounds like the kind of person who wrote this.
Yeah, you gonna tip your fedora there?
I mean, I'm not.
You forgot
I don't have one.
you forgot the fedora tip.
Oh, I'm sorry. They also play EVE Online and tip their fedoras menacingly.
Oh, fuck you. EVE Online is not a fedora tipping game.
Oh, yes, it is.
You. Oh,
there is an absurd amount of neckbeards in that game.
Okay, but there's a
What
difference
server
between
have
neckbeard.
you been
Okay,
playing on?
Max is a neckbeard. He does not tip his fedora.
You just call Max the neckbeard?
He is.
No, Max doesn't have a beard.
Because I shave.
Yeah, it's because he shaves. Not because he doesn't get a neckbeard.
Like, it's my fucking fault my facial hair goes that low.
I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying you have one and you don't tip a fedora.
Do you know why I don't wear fedoras anymore?
Because of the fedora tip?
Yes, because of those assholes that took a very nice
Now,
hat design and
now
made
I will say, I did get my first girlfriend because I had a fedora.
And every single bit of literally any sort of credence you had just went down the fucking toilet. Nope, there it goes.
I'm just saying that did happen.
No one's denying that it happened. We're just calling you an idiot.
But I don't have
We're not saying you're a liar. We're saying you're an idiot.
There's a very clear difference.
How am I an idiot?
Because you're an idiot.
I don't appreciate this slander.
I was gonna say, well, you went and mocked fedoras and then went, but you know, a fedora did help me.
Okay, but there's a difference though between having a fedora and being a fedora tipper.
Wait, who's got a fedora?
I did.
Sneaky.
Back in high school.
Sneaky did.
Although to be fair,
so did Max.
Quite a few of us had fedoras back in high school. I'm sure.
Oh no!
But Jorb, my fedora actually got me a girlfriend.
Okay, how much did she weigh?
What was Meeps? 120?
Oh, okay, alright.
I think she was 140.
Yeah,
okay, that's a discrepancy. That's a discrepancy.
She's 120 to 140 at the most. I never
when
asked
wet.
her weight because I didn't really care.
Okay, look, she was really easy to pick up and spin around, so I'm just gonna say I'm not the most athletic of individuals.
Especially not back then.
No, actually more back then than now.
Oh dear.
That feeling when you peaked in high school?
I mean,
oh, he absolutely peaked in high school.
It's okay. Nexus Riders liked fedoras until those F@GG0TS's ruined it.
Yeah, well, you know, it's the same thing that happened with me. Is I had a fedora in high school, and I was really not. I mean, I went to 4chan occasionally, but like that was the peak interaction I had with the internet. It wasn't until college that I actually got involved in meme shit, and that's around the time I learned about fedora tipping and all that crap, and I'm just like, wow, fuck fedoras.
Well, the thing about fedoras is that they are cool. Like, yeah, assuming you're wearing like a suit or you're at a wedding or something, you're in a place where it's appropriate, you'll just throw a fedora on with your fucking Dragon Ball Z t-shirt and unbuttoned Hawaiian a blazer over it, you know?
They are a fantastic thing. In fact,
oh, it was the worst. I actually had a dorm mate that was a fat neckbeard who wore a fedora, watched My Little Pony,
Oh.
And I was just like,
oh, he's hitting every mark. He's hitting every box on that checklist.
And he had a trench coat. And I was just like, oh my god.
How many flags can I hit?
Well, you could also wear a skirt.
No, he didn't wear a skirt. No.
Okay, then he wasn't as bad as the roommate.
I would say no. There were plenty of people at Champlain
It's
who did that.
not a skirt, it's a kilt.
No, it's a
no.
skirt. I know the guy they're talking about. It's a skirt.
Wow.
Actually, no. We're talking about a different guy who was our roommate. Who, first of all,
I hate the internet for ruining.
the individual liked to wear dresses.
The internet ruined fedoras, trench coats, and pea coats.
Yeah.
Because, oh my god, trench coats are so great. Like, in the rain and cold, oh, they're so great.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? So the guy would wear this stuff. Now, bear in mind, no one cared. We didn't want to see it, but nobody cared. But, like, he would hide it, even though we all knew. Because, like, we'd knock on his door, and there would be, like, a 3-minute wait for him to open the door. And then he was clearly wearing, like, normal guy's clothing that had clearly just been put on. Like, shirts would be backwards. Shirts would be inside out.
I mean, if you're wearing a fucking trench coat, I'm gonna assume you're a school shooter.
Okay, no.
They were for me, Moth.
Okay, so.
Because, surprising as it may seem, some people don't know that a pea coat is different from a trench coat.
Yes, true. Funny story.
Very different. But people
Funny
are
story.
idiots.
So, Max knows
Well,
Bogoff
yes, we know that part.
when I say Bogoff.
Yes, oh boy, that is a person I'm
I
likely to never forget.
I knew the man formerly known as Bogoff. I knew him in real life before I knew him on Steam and the internet. And he was a communist. Like an actual communist.
Oh, no.
And
Yeah.
he lived in a different state, but he was visiting my ex because he was the rebound man on my ex, and he was visiting her one time, and the route to go from where he lives to my
I can't
ex,
believe we're sharing this on stream.
passes through the area I live. And I was like, oh, you know what, man? You know, we should meet up, go see a movie or some shit. He's like, okay, yeah, sure. So, we're outside the mall, and I'm standing there. I have black combat boots, steel toe, that whole fun thing. Cargo shorts, got my fisherman's vest, sunglasses, Oakleys, of course, and a red bandana tied off on my head.
Yep.
And I look like a thug.
You don't say.
You are a thug.
Sounds like you look like fucking Walter Sobchak.
So anyway, there I am, waiting. And I'm getting some looks from some mothers walking into this mall with their kids. They're like giving me that look of like, what the fuck is this gangster doing here?
Now, bear in mind, he lived in Jersey.
Yes.
High Dada's lady.
So
the true
white
sneaky
gangsters
devils.
were a thing.
Yes.
Let's be clear.
The area I lived in, especially.
He doesn't even wear rubbers.
And so there I am waiting. And Bogoff comes up. And I know it's Bogoff because obviously I've known him in real life before. But I did not know that he wore this normally. He comes up to me with his hair slicked back with grease, in a black trench coat.
Oh, I remember this.
With combat boots and shorts as well. And we do the whole brother handshake, back pat thing.
Wait, and this is the guy who's fucking the girl you used to be fucking?
Yeah, long story. Not going.
I'm posting a picture up in the Discord, and it's appropriate.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes,
boy,
actually, yes.
Oh.
Actually, yes.
Oh,
and
dear.
so he walks up to me looking like that. And it is just a moment of looking back on it. Holy shit, that looked bad. Because then I, in my moment of infinite megamind, reach into my fisherman's vest, pull out a brown bag, which, by the way, had his magic cards that he left at my house in it.
Oh, Jesus.
I pull out a brown bag and hand it to him. And he takes it and slides it into his trench coat.
Oh,
I was gonna say, bear in mind, Thug A essentially handed Neckbeard A that wants to be a thug a brown sack.
No, there's no wants to be about it. He looks like some fucking out of cyberpunk. Like, he pulled it off. He pulled it off, and that was the worst part about it.
Oh, okay, JC Denton. So what movie did you guys see?
Oh, we went and saw fucking Christ. What was it?
The Matrix Revolutions?
No, I don't even know what was going on around that time. Fuck. I think it was a Marvel movie. I think it was Iron Man or something.
I mean, fuck the fan fiction. I want to hear more stories like this.
But there was literally, I saw in the corner of my eye, one mother was walking in with her kid. She sees me pull out the brown bag, and the look on her face, she's like, "Oh shit, it's about to get real."
They probably thought you were gonna shoot at the fucking theater. Pull a Dark Knight Rises in there.
Back on it. Yes.
It's happening. .jpg.
Jesus Christ.
Sneaky is not known for his know-how.
I am literally looking back on a large portion of my life. I'm just sitting here going, why did I do that?
The better question should be, how did I not die?
Well, you were there?
Yeah, Atin's actually been stalking me his entire
No,
life.
I wasn't there. I'm just saying that should be the question he's asking himself.
Oh.
I mean, then there was, of course, the other time that I did that. I was in the same outfit, and one of my roommates was passing me by on the way to class, and this is in college a couple years later. And he's passing me by, and I had this packet of Oreos, but half eaten. You know, the ones you get from, like, the dispensing, the vending machine? I ate, like, half a pack and was like, I don't really want too many more Oreos. So I folded it in half, and I had it in one of my inside pockets on my jacket. And my roommate, who's also from New Jersey, by the way, so he's also dressed like a thug with Oakley sunglasses. And he's taller than me. He's walking towards me, and I'm walking towards him. And, you know, I know he likes Oreos, so I reach in, casually palm the Oreo packet, slide my hand out, we kind of just do a sliding high five as I hand the Oreo packet to him, and he just slides it into one of his pockets. And then I walk past him, and right behind him was a girl who was just, like, horrified.
You're both idiots.
Yeah, I wanted to find an appropriate picture, so I did a little
The
Google
two of
search
us,
for
though,
fat,
were like
white
just
New Jersey
stone
thug.
cold face. We didn't look at each other. We didn't say anything. I just palmed it into his hand, and he just slides it in. No questions.
Y'all are
This is
idiots.
a story.
It's amazing to me that you didn't get arrested.
Well, I mean, this was before everybody was getting arrested for shit. You could carry Oreos in your jacket back in like 2008. Anyway, I'm looking for fat white Jersey thug, and when you search that in Google, all you get is gay pornography. I wasn't expecting it.
Well, remember, Google tailors things to your search results.
Yes, they do.
Well, apparently, my search results involve a black guy looking like a thug jerking off a skinny white boy.
I mean,
I'm not really sure what I want to do with this information, but it wasn't that.
I mean, can't pretend that I'm surprised.
I mean, is that what your search results give you too?
Talking about his search results, you muppet!
I know. I'm asking if your search results give you the same thing he did.
I don't know. I didn't look it up, but I don't have any desire to.
You don't want to see some good gay porn? What are you, a bigot?
Yes.
I mean, if you
Wow.
really want to...
Yes,
Okay.
actually.
Suck the cock, bigot.
9!
I mean, if you ask 4chan what's good porn, they'll just point you to fucking Billy Henderson. Not Billy
Anyway.
Henderson.
So back to this garbage story. Enough about my life and my monumental fuck ups.
Just don't look up gotchi at work.
We all have embarrassing stories. We all grow as people. You know, we love the sneaky that we know here today.
Yeah, except for the fact that even Max can attest that I pretty much haven't changed.
Well, we love the sneaky who we interact with online and not IRL.
You're saying there's a difference?
Yes.
Well, we can't see the fisherman jacket.
That's true enough. That's true enough.
I mean, I used to wear like newsboy caps when I think I still wore them in college. Did I still have them in college?
No, I don't remember you wearing one.
I never remember seeing you. Period.
I'm just really good at that. Okay, it's probably why I haven't been arrested.
I feel like there's something deeply wrong with that.
Anyway, enough about me evading cops, and let's get back to this story. Let's see. Blah blah. Do you like video games? Aqua says. Of course I like video games. Well, then there's a third option you will definitely accept. Could you hurry up a little? I still need to guide human souls to the afterlife, you know.
Gamer.
Aqua lazily said as she munched on a potato chip. Wait, what?
No, she just makes things appear out of thin air.
No. So the problem is we go from dialogue option from Aqua. Well, there is a third option you will surely accept. New paragraph. Could you hurry it up a little? Said Aqua. I still need to guide other human souls to the afterlife. They just skipped that whole reincarnation part where they explained Konosuba.
Oh dear.
Like that is
unfortunate.
While I do say don't say, canon or don't rehash canon shit, make your story coherent. Don't just skip an entire section because everyone knows what Konosuba is if you're going to lead up to that section. If you're going to lead up to Aqua going like, hey, would you be interested in, hey, fucking hurry up already. It's like, you gotta say at least, are you interested in resurrection?
You gotta have your resurrection. Well, hey guys, I gotta go. I gotta get to a Dungeons and Dragons game. But it has been a real fucking treat.
Make sure to start a new religion.
Will do. It's been a real fucking treat hearing this story tonight. I'm so glad I came.
You certainly heard a story. Maybe not the one we were reading, but you certainly heard a story.
Oh, what is this, Kingdom Hearts?
Yes.
No,
Sure,
it's
why
really
not?
X. You know what? Fuck it. It's just fucking Kingdom Hearts at this point.
Well, you guys have a good night. They're calling me on the other Discord chat. They're saying, Jorep, get the fuck in here. I gotta disappear.
Then make sure to
Go.
kill your party.
Be gone.
Frame them for murder.
Shit.
Will do. All right, later, guys.
Bye,
Fucking
Joab.
bitch. God damn it, Nomura.
Anyway, could you hurry up a little bit? This isn't easy as it looks. There's so many things I can choose. It's not like I can just grab one. I need time. Oh, what's this? It's my sword. The true power can only be unlocked by someone worthy of its power. Otherwise, it's just a sword. Well, you know what they say, don't fix what's not broken. Wait, is that even right? I mean, yes, that is the right saying. I don't know why you're questioning yourself on that. But it's also not the saying to use in this instance because you're the one that's broken in this instance, not the sword. It's like if someone who's never driven a car before gets into, like, a Mercedes and then blames the Mercedes for why they can't drive. Like, no, you
probably do that.
You've just never driven a car before. That's why you can't drive. It's not the car's fault that you are incapable of driving a car. Unless, of course, the car's broken or something. But at that point, then it is the car's fault.
How do I put this? You're just stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just John. You're the broken part of this metaphor, and you need a power that fixes you. You don't need a Mercedes. You need to learn to drive. Oh, so you're choosing that one. I'm not surprised. No one ever wants that because of the whole worthy thing the sword talks about. That does not make any sense at all. If you're supposed to be able to pick any power that can help you defeat the Demon Lord, why would you be able to pick a power on paper, mind you, on paper? Why would you be able to pick a power that you can't use? I mean, I guess if you specifically asked for a power that you couldn't use, you would get the power. But I'm not sure why because we all know Aqua would not personally prepare any sort of, list of items or powers you can gain. Why would the pre-prepared list of powers and items have anything in it that by default you can't use?
Fuck you, that's why.
Like, it's just another meta joke, insert canned laughter here. Ha ha ha, the author's poking fun at John. And again, John should probably have, I guess maybe he put it away. But, John should have everything he died with on him. Because fucking what's his face did too. He had a calculator with him because he died having a calculator with him.
Or someone died with their cell phone.
And then he sold it.
Because die with cell phone. Haha.
With a cell phone in another world. Anyway. Doesn't matter now. Aqua grabbed the paper and the sheet burst into light, and he's got a sword. It's the sword we, the audience, all know and love. No.
Emphasis on.
I mean, I guess we know it, but I don't like the sword. I think it's stupid. I think the whole shtick about it is stupid. I think the fact that it turns into like a long sword is stupid.
Oh, what? Chun Chun Maru?
What?
Is that the stupid sword we're talking about?
No, we're talking about Crocomore, Yellow Death, John's sword.
Oh. No, I don't care about that thing.
Yeah, no, it's like, oh, it's the sword we all know and love. It's like, we know it. I don't think anyone will say they love it.
I care about it.
No.
I mean,
its transformation ability is stupid.
Does it come with the shield sheath? Because if
No.
not, I care about it even less.
No, shield not included.
Then why do I care?
So its one transformation mode is not able to be used because you don't have the shield.
In fact, when in Ruby does this take place after?
Right before the beacon invasion, I guess.
Okay, so he doesn't even get the really dumb greatsword transformation then.
Yeah. So it's just,
Like, here's the thing. I like the idea of
sword.
My shield is also the sheath. That's actually kind of a fun idea to do in fantasy stuff.
Oh yeah, that's actually like pretty neat. But
if it doesn't come with the shield, why do I care? Because we've been told it's a piece of metal that may or may not be able to channel aura because that's more of a fanon thing, channeling aura through your weapons.
I mean, it would make sense if only to hand wave away why these weapons can have such fine manipulative parts to facilitate their transformations.
Yeah, well, that and the fact that John's sword has survived through, at minimum, 2-3 huntsmen prior to him?
Yeah, multiple generations.
Yeah, it... like,
okay,
something
little medieval trivia for everyone that's still here. Swords normally don't last that long.
So,
Now,
swords.
they can last a good long time with proper maintenance, of course. But
Yeah, but
what? I think like what? 30 years of assuming it's seeing
I don't
relatively
know.
frequent use.
Yeah,
I don't know the upper limit for that kind of stuff. So.
Well, the thing is that cutting into flesh, while it does wear on the metal a little bit, it's not that big of an issue. But you have to keep in mind that the more advanced Grim permutations have bone armor, and that's definitely going to wear on any metal edge. Unless, of course, you're, say, coating that metal edge in soul power and using that to cut it.
Yeah. Boy, now I just want to. Now I just wish we had a spin-off episode. It's like, oh, let's look at the previous holders of this sword. Oh, they're just firing sonic booms with the sword. Okay, that's fine. They're just firing shockwaves with the sword. This is normal.
This is normal.
Game theory is John really Link?
I mean, honestly, I would not have been angry with Monty if he had John just fire Getsuga Tenshos with his sword. Just, pour aura into the sword and then swing it and send off a flying blade of energy.
Honestly, looking back at the aura scene, because that's a scene that's always been kind of bothersome, it's like, you still could have had John be the thing of like, oh, this is what aura is, but instead just have John be like, yeah, that's the thing that huntsmen have. It's supposed to be a manifestation of their soul, right? Like, shit, didn't have to have him be actually fucking.
I am very prolific in video games and comic books, and I love watching movies, but I have never heard of aura before. My favorite genres are action.
Thank you, author, for telling us your genres of choice. Now please fuck off.
John with Exalted Blade would be cool shit. Yeah, honestly, just maybe he needs to put the shield on because it's actually an aura battery, and that's how the arcs are always able to protect themselves or some shit. Literally just.
Oh, that sounds like it could be fun. It's like, so why do we what's up with the sheath? Oh yeah, it just sucks in aura passively. I'm sorry, what? Yeah, it's been storing 3 generations worth of aura.
You want, mate?
You could have done some sort of character thing where John realizes in the end that his family is helping him because of the passed down relic throughout the ages.
And then suddenly you start hearing
shit, at the very least, can we just get an answer? Did he run away from home? Or did he tell them, I'm going to Beacon? And they're just like, okay, we'll see you.
Mom, Dad, I'm going to go be a hunter. You don't know how to be a hunter, John. It's too late. I've already bribed criminals to get me the papers I need to get into the school. Well, I mean, if you've already gone that step, I guess we can't stop you anymore.
Just like shit.
On one hand, I'm angry that you did this. But on the other hand, I'm actually really impressed that you managed to do this. And you're still alive and not in massive debt.
Just like,
son, how many organs do you have left?
All of them.
Yeah.
I'm not even mad.
I'm not gonna lie, because of the way that one of the few things that's interesting is the way that the fandom tends to characterize the arc father. At least it usually is a big burly guy. However he's revealed officially, it's gonna be disappointing compared to all the cool stuff that the fandom has done with him.
Yeah, absolutely, of course. That's the problem with you putting off introducing important characters to the main cast. Imagine if they didn't introduce Crow until season 5.
Oh.
Yeah. It's it's a terrible idea.
That would have not ended well.
But you know,
we wouldn't have even gotten Vic Morgana. That would have really sucked.
Vic Mignogna.
Vic Morgana.
That is, look, no offense to Vic, but that's a way cooler last name. Possibly a porn star.
Fucking
possibly
Vic
someone seeking to conquer the earth. Or
closes
possibly
his
Morgan
eyes.
Le Fay. I would say, or here's the other
someone
possibility.
make that meme. You know, Vic Mignogna. Vic has his eyes closed. Vic Morgana. Vic's eyes open. Red light power increases.
I would say, Sneaky, it's either that or it's Vic Mignogna is secretly Morgan Le Fay, who's been trapped in a man's body for the past 2,000 reincarnations.
Damn it, Merlin!
Was that how Morgan was created? Because
you don't say his name, now we're gonna be cursed by the algorithm. Yeah, I know. Well, we're not monetized in the first place. Tension. Don't it? I happen to notice, Tension, that there is no star next to your name. Hmm?
Uh-oh.
I'm calling you out, boy. Anyway. So, now what? Blue Runic Circle, it's time to send you on the grand adventures. Before I forget, here's this bag of gold, the currency of the world you're heading. Scratch the back of his head as he chuckles as he grabs for the pouch. I pray for your safety and success, and if you fail, I guess I'll see you a second time. John's floating into the sky. On second thought, I take it back. Send me to heaven. Sorry, but you've already chosen your path. This is all I can do. Hey, the goddess looks down to see that she's also being sucked up into the sky. What's going on? Why am I being taken? Goddess Aqua. A voice from the black void says, a voice with deep compassion, yet stern. You have sent many humans to fight against Devil King, yet none have succeeded. So as decree from Pantheon, you shall accompany brave adventurer in his journey to defeat Demon King. Oh wow! I mean, I give them credit that they didn't do the whole John gets angry and so he picks Aqua thing, but at the same time, he loses massive points because he was so unoriginal that he had John pick his own sword that, by the way, doesn't work. Pick his own sword as his special superpower to help him beat the Devil King, and then have Aqua come anyway because randomly they all decided Aqua has to go now. Like, that is weak. That is weak as shit, my dude.
You are weak, Vulcan.
That's a new way to shove an Aqua. Yeah, it's just weak as all hell. This isn't fair. I can only use healing magic. This is illegal. No way you can boot me out. Is she really a goddess? John had to ask. I'm afraid so. It was a unanimous decision. Do not fret. Once the Demon King is defeated, I will bring you back. Farewell, brave hero. If you defeat the Demon King, we shall grant you any wish as a thanks from us. Really? You stole my line. That was supposed to be me saying it. Now go complete your quest. No, stop pulling my pants down. Seriously, they're gonna fall off. And then his pants fell off, and a blinding light engulfed them. Loading next segment. Please wait. Loading complete. Oh, it's a gamer story too, guys.
Oh, no, that's because that's a joke used in episode 1 of Konosuba. They occasionally do, like, tiny little game jokes, but they're very few and far between.
Oh.
I do remember this.
Oh, wow, just shoot me. Because, first off, this is a written work, and
yes,
not an animated series.
Yes.
I did not read the light novels.
The light novel did not do this.
Oh wow, okay, so yeah, that's what I thought. It's almost like the person writing the light novel knew how to write A story.
I don't believe you.
I said almost like, so I can't confirm or deny. Guilt sub. Exactly. Give me your Amazon Prime sub. Damn it, pension.
I've lost connection.
Anyway, so, he's, oh my god, I'm blind! And then he opened his eyes. Oh, I can see. Why me? Aqua cried. John never really dealt with girls before, except for his 7 sisters, their mother, and Pyrrha, and Nora, and... Wow, man, he does deal with girls. He just really sucks to talking with them. Like Yang. Cough, asterisk, cough, asterisk, cough, asterisk, cough,
Is this author
asterisk.
Which was kind of like, even in the show, it's like, oh, he's not bad talking girls. He's just awkward as shit.
Hey, Aqua! The goddess suddenly grabbed John's collar and began to scream. Pause. Press start to continue.
Yeah. Why? Author? No. They clearly only watch the anime.
Oh, I mean, I don't mind it when an author only watches the anime. I don't have a problem with it. It's just
I know, but
when they include the shit like, and then they all sweat drooped and face vaulted into the ground. It's like, I know. You clearly don't know what a book is, author, and yet here you are trying to write one.
I mean, look, that's just the fundamental issue of people, for some reason that I can't comprehend, not understanding that visual gag shouldn't be written down.
You know, it
the
really
only time a
mind.
visual gag should be written down is when it's in a literal script.
Yeah. Like
hell, even Abbott, maybe some Abbott and Costello jokes even hold up when written down. Like, Monday.
Stuff like who's on first.
Yeah, who's on first, yeah. But, like, the
hot dog
and
thing,
feathers
Sneaky.
joke...
The reason who's on first holds up is because who's on first is not a visual gag.
True. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
It's a very...
It is purely a wordplay gag.
Yeah. What's a good example? Watch my ice cream. That skit. Purely visual gag. Well, not purely. Like, 90% majority visual gag.
Mm-hmm.
It very poorly would translate to a written work. It just... Some shit does not work in writing. What the hell? Why is she so strong? I mean, I get she's a goddess, but why is she so strong? Come on, Aqua, let's go. And dragged her along with no resistance. She was very depressed. If this world is an RPG, then clearly there needs to be a guild around here. Hey, Aqua, is there a guild around here? Just because I'm a goddess doesn't mean I know insignificant details. How are you a goddess? He screams internally. Just like how I scream internally every single time I read shit like this.
I mean, it's quite clear you found her in a place that was clearly not normal. Like, never understood that question. Yeah, I could... Useless? Yes. Lame? Yes. Actually questioning the individual's divinity when you found them in a magic floating space portal and you were dead? Not so much.
How are they a goddess? Well, okay. See, it works in... Does it really work for the Japanese? I guess it sort of does. Because all of their gods are very, like, stoic and serious from what I remember. Or they're heavy drinkers. Either or, basically. From the ones I do know.
He's not wrong.
Or they were both. But, like, the Greek gods, like, come on. Aqua fits right in with the Greek pantheon. Egotistical, punishes people around her for her own faults. Chews off more than she can handle constantly. Is basically useless whenever doing anything. Or makes the situation worse.
Actually, she's never actually punished people because she's really bad at it.
She's too lazy and incompetent.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she does make everyone around her suffer whenever she, has an issue.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong there. I'm just saying she doesn't actively punish it. That's a result of her being a bad person.
The Greek gods are just normal assholes with superpowers. Yes, that's sort of my point, Nexus. Fun fact, the voice in your head is always the same volume, no matter if it's whispering or shouting.
I'm not really sure what to do with this information.
Yeah, great. Yeah, I don't care.
I'm actually agreeing with Nosehair for once on this one. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do with that information.
Am I supposed to be in awe?
This seems to be the right place. Aqua, are you ready to go beat up the Demon King? Heck yeah, let's go beat the Demon King. We can go home faster and all that stuff. I'm gonna go beat up the gods for kicking me out. Maybe his motivational speech was too effective. But that out of the way, John opens the doors and is greeted to the sight of female bartenders working and the adventurers drinking. And a light blonde bartender approached John and Aqua. Welcome to Adventurers Guild. If you're here to eat, please sit down. If you need a job, go head to the counter. Thank you, miss. And they walked over to the counter. And then someone called out, hey, kid. Haven't seen you around. What's with the bizarre clothing? What's with the bizarre clothing?
I don't know. I don't know why these people do anything, Sneaky.
They're not even wearing bizarre clothing. He's just wearing
hoodies. Well, no, hoodies and jeans probably would stand out.
Yeah, but he's wearing a breastplate over them.
Well, he's wearing.
It's not like the hoodie isn't clearly visible, but
he's your average.
The hoodie and jeans are very clearly
adult
visible.
novel protagonist.
I mean, but jeans wouldn't
he's
be
from
like
New York.
Jeans would be. Yeah, they would kind of stand out because jeans are an incredible material compared to like hemp.
Denim.
In fact, he might accidentally kickstart an industrial revolution for pants.
But I mean, a hoodie would just be, mistaken as like a very fluffy, like wool, very, very rich wool, like sweater basically or some shit. Like it would be odd, not because it's a hoodie, but because he's wearing such heavy clothes in the middle of summer in a warm area.
Yeah.
Like that's why it would be considered odd, not because of what it was, but where he was. Jeans, now I will give you, would be considered bizarre and completely new and different. Aqua's clothing, also bizarre. Because the Japanese
bizarre,
are weird.
but not necessarily. How should I say this? Out of place. Like it would just look like some stupid noble person's idiocy.
That's fair. That's fair. I will give you that. Anyway, bizarre clothing. But I mean, he is also wearing armor. So I mean, it's like, a man that's obviously an adventurer, judging by the fact that he was muscly, had a mohawk and mustache beard. It called them out. What is this sentence structure? John, like the nerd he is, managed to come up with a fake story on the spot. That is opposite of nerdy people.
I would say,
nerdy people would be like,
You see, I'm from another world.
Actually, Bazinga.
Please kill yourself.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I hate that show.
We all hate it.
I don't understand. Like, my mom and dad tried to watch it, and it's just like, some people find this funny, huh? I'm like, somewhat. Some people do, apparently.
I mean, there's like one or two jokes that I laughed at, but that's about it.
Okay, when the show's not trying to be funny, it's okay. When it's trying to be funny, it's dumb.
Yes. I remember one of the Halo jokes actually made me laugh at one point.
Someone took a bunch of like skits and muted it.
Oh yeah.
The laugh track kicked in. It's like, wow, no, they just all sound like dickheads.
I would say 1 out of maybe every 20 jokes I've heard from Big Bang Theory actually made me chuckle.
I guess unlike Sonic, you don't chuckle.
It's like when you play Sonic 06. It's like occasionally you have to laugh.
Because of how bad it is?
Yeah.
I'm still astounded that I made it through like 50% of Sonic's campaign, and the only actual bug I ran into was, oh no, Silver trapped me in a corner.
Which I would say isn't even technically a bug, just bad design.
Yeah, that's mostly just bad design.
I would say
the bug is when
he
throws you out of the wall.
Yeah,
well,
but I will say
Nexus, you don't need rubber to make underwear. You can just use a lace that has a tie at the side or something.
Yeah.
Like, what's the thing?
Like, do you think medieval people didn't have underwear?
Yes, that is Nexus's point. Is that underwear didn't exist until 1966.
But people still people would wear things to protect their modesty.
No, and everyone just wore loincloths, clearly.
Yeah, they just wore loincloths, nothing else.
Okay, but Nexus, you do understand that
that's just a visual gag at that point.
Yeah. Also, like, you can make something out of, for instance, cotton, and that will still stretch.
Yeah.
Not nearly as much, of course, but it will still stretch.
Man, good long johns are the shit, dude.
It keeps you warm.
Anyway, blah, 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 blah. Well, actually, we came from a village very far away called Remnant. It was overrun by monsters a few weeks ago, so we came here to become adventurers to fight the Demon King. Luckily, the adventurer believed him and let out a hearty laugh. Good old revenge story, eh? Well, you arrived at the gates of hell. If you're looking for the Gilded Mission Desk, it's over there.
I mean, in stupid Magic Fantasyland, you could probably get away with calling a place Remnant and no one will bat an eye.
I mean, yes. There's no doubt, on a group of crazy settlers every once in a while that tries to live in some really retarded location, and they call themselves something like... Shush. And they call themselves something like, Remnant or Bastion or some shit like that.
Am I wrong, though? Am I wrong to say that the Aqua Cult is dumb?
Yeah, well, I mean, they worship a dumb god, so...
Exactly.
Wow! You're so amazing, John! How did you come up with a story like that on the spot? I'll give that story like a 3 out of 10 at best. Like, fucking Christ. Back when my semi-retarded baby brother was like 5, he could come up with a story like that. Jesus, oh my god, that's not amazing.
Well, and I would say it's even less impressive when you realize that his story...
Who would ever name their things after sad stuff?
Should I not introduce him to, like, the French?
No.
The French?
No.
I mean, there's a couple of landmarks in America on the East Coast that we've named the areas after like battles that people got slaughtered at, but we'll just ignore those so you can make.
And here's the battle where everyone died.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, we've commemorated several battle sites where the entire thing is everyone died.
And then
anyway, you were saying
died. The end.
What were we talking about just before we brought up the French?
The shit tier of that story. How it's stupid. My 5-year-old brother.
Oh, yeah, I would say it's even stupider when you remember the fact that he didn't actually come up with anything. He just changed Otherworld to Village.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's all he did.
Yep. Anyway, it just came naturally to me. I'm just really good at lying to people. Anyway, we should hurry up and register at the guild. We can go find a place to stay afterwards. And John turned around and Aqua followed him. Wow, you're really a capable guy. That begs the question, why were you so useless in Remnant? I mean...
Because this author wasn't writing for me to give me all the powers in the world that I need.
Yeah, basically. Is it because you spent most of your time trying to woo the crabby snow girl? What was her name? Whis? John now twitched in anger.
Really, author?
John, you bitch slapped Weiss and then had John dance away, quote, like a badass. I don't think John's allowed to be angry that someone mispronounced Weiss's name.
In fact, you should probably be laughing.
You literally had John go, wow, that seat looks expensive. I bet Weiss would buy that just to rub it in other people's faces that she has money. Like, you cannot say, how dare you insult Weiss by calling her crabby. Like, wow, this fucking rich, petty girl. Oh my god, you called her crabby? You fucking piece of shit. What?
Good night, everybody.
Anyway, her name is Weiss, so can you please never bring her up again? And then they walked up to the admissions desk, and Cannon crap, whatever, and Yang or whatever. Hello, what can I do for you today? We like to become adventurers, I see. Pay registration. Sure, is
Could
this
you
enough?
end me?
Put 4 gold... What? First, you need to pay the registration fee. Sure. John puts 4 gold coins on the counter. Quote, I think this is the currency, was Eris, but I'm too lazy to look up what it actually is. End quote. Author's note end. On the desk, with which woman gladly took.
I would say,
like, literally
not annotated as an author's note, by the way.
Just literally just, hey, you need to pay the fee. Oh, okay. Pours money in the palm. Is this enough money? Oh, yeah, totally.
I was gonna say, listen, that's like walking into the DMV and putting down like 4 Benjamins to pay the DMV bill. Like, they're just gonna look at you like you're an
not
idiot.
even that. It's like you gotta go in and like you gotta pay the late renewal fee, which is $20. And you go in, you're like, yeah, rights check for $1,000. Because keep in mind, the registration fee was like 10 silvers for 2 of them, or some shit like that. Like it was.
Yeah, it was pretty low.
It was really fucking. You walk into the DMV and you're like, rights check for $1,000. Yeah, this should cover the late fee. It's technically speaking, yeah, that covers the late fee.
You're an idiot, but yes, it covers the late fee. Congratulations. Nobody thought you were an idiot. Now they definitely know you're an idiot.
Well, I mean, the DMV just kind of assumes everyone is stupid. Which,
well, that's more of a reflex necessity than anything else.
Yes. So the woman just completely does the Chicago and just takes the money anyway and skims pretty much the entire excess off the top and puts it in her own pocket.
Hey, listen, I'm on board with that, and I say good for her.
I mean, I wouldn't correct someone if they did that either. If I was like, hey, you gotta pay the fee, and they totally just paid me like $1,000 more than what it actually was, I'd just be like, yeah, they paid the fee with the exact change.
Let me just put exact change in here, and thank you very much for your business.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, sir, you had a little bit of change. Give him back like 99 silver or something.
Not even give him back 1 silver. You forgot your change, sir.
Sir, your ticket, sir.
Anyway, so now that she's done doing the Chicago, she pulls up the device and explains things. And place your hand on the crystal. John turned to Aqua and gestured for her to go first. And Aqua blinked and pointed to herself. Then she eventually realized that yes, he did in fact tell her to go first. And so she did so. And then the crystal lights up, and she's amazing.
Wow, Aqua-sama has so much ability.
Cannon. Okay. Too bad there isn't a goddess class, Aqua said. This made John almost have a heart attack. Idiot, don't say that out loud. Luckily for the boy's heart, the adventurers thought of it as a boast and nothing else. Why wouldn't they think of it as a boast?
Because they're retarded.
You're an adventurer. Like, let's set up this scenario here, right? You're an adventurer. You stabbed some trees earlier. You almost got eaten by a flower, and a skeleton shot an arrow or two at you. You've collected your reward from the quest you did that day. Now you're chilling out in the adventurer's hall, talking to some of your adventurer friends, drinking your adventurer brand alcohol stein, and eating your adventurer brand ration food. And some weird guy walks in, and behind them is like this decently pretty girl, and she's wearing some real noble finery shit, but so you're just like, it's some fucking weird-ass mercenary.
Guy's dressed a little weird, but whatevs.
But, he's wearing armor, and he's got a sword and shit, so you're like, oh, well, maybe it's some sort of bodyguard for this rich girl or fucking whatever. And, he tells you some sob story. It's like, oh, my village got yeeted, and, we're out for revenge now. And you're like, oh.
What does the word yeet mean?
Revenge story, of course. That's normal. I know like 10 revenge story people off the top of my head.
Some of them might actually even live past 29.
And, so you're like, oh, yeah, just go sign up over there. And, they walk on over, and you're watching them. You're like, wow, this adventurer brand booze sure is cheap and easy to get. I can sit here during the whole scene and continuously drink it in the background. And, one of the girls places her hand on the crystal, and it shines a bunch, and the person goes, wow, your stats are amazing. I mean, except you're a fucking moron, you have shit luck, but your stats are amazing other than that. And the girl goes, wow, too bad there isn't a goddess class. And you laugh at the joke, because it's clearly a joke.
Because this is clearly just a talented person.
Because she's clearly just a spoiled rich girl.
Who has way too much magic on her.
Who's got decently high stats, except for intelligence and luck.
Look at stats. Int 1.
So you laugh at the joke. Because if they were, say, a god, then
Why are they here?
Yeah. Then the boy starts panicking a lot, and you go, that's probably a quest later.
You go, there's a flag, boy.
I'll add that to my quest log later. 300
now
hours
I kind
later.
of want to see, I bet this has already happened, but I kind of want to see a story in which, the main character shows up in a tavern full of adventurers, tells them about his plan, that he's going to, gain revenge against the Demon King that personally destroyed his village. And the adventurers all go, that's a flag. And they leave the town because they know at some point the town's going to become a casualty whenever the kid gets strong enough and is forced to move to the next area.
Hey,
so
where
all
y'all
the
going?
adventurers just leave.
No, and there's like a rookie adventurer, and one of them's like, "Now you see that, Jimmy? That's what we in the business call a flag."
Or even better, they're all watching the kid, and they're waiting for the day he comes in, and he goes, all right, now I have X power, and I can, I'm one step closer to fighting the Demon King. And everyone's like, wow, look at the time to go on that convoy far fucking away from here.
Hey, right. I just got a job offer that takes me to, not Heresville.
Right, everybody, grab your stuff for leaving. Wait, where are you all going? Oh, you don't need to know.
Nowhere. It's a very popular town these days. Where is it? Yes.
It's in the desert. It's really far away. Your friend seems to be real good with like water. It wouldn't be a good match. You should just not.
The ever helpful protagonist keeps trying to help. They're just like, no, go away.
I also kind of want to see at some point a reference where there's actually a town called Nowhere in the middle of the desert, and the road to get there is called Yes. It's Yes Road.
Just follow the Yes Road, boy.
But how do I get there? Yes. As I'm asking, how do I get there? Yes. Yes.
You're an asshole.
It's sort of like how the Romans called their main road.
Well, to be fair, all roads led to Rome.
That was the point, you idiot.
Well, yeah, how do I get to Rome? Just take road. Yeah, which one? Road. Road.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why people aren't allowed to...
This is why the barbarians sacked Rome. They got tired of all the Latin puns.
That they couldn't understand because they were barbarians.
Exactly. They wanted to get in on the joke, so they sacked Rome. They finally figured out which road to take.
You're real proud of that joke, aren't
you? It required a setup. In that case, I'll take Archpriest to heal my ally, she non-canonically stated. Archpriest, blah 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 blah, everyone cheered. Blah blah blah. Ugh, this is unbelievable, the woman once again exclaimed in surprise. All of your stats are average, but your defense is unmatched. You could be pummeled into oblivion by an entire army of extremely high-level monsters and you would never take damage. You are just so amazing. You can do all of the classes. I recommend you pick a defensive class, though. Before John could choose his desired class, the crowd burst into cheers again for obvious reasons. John was an indestructible wall that could probably tank one of Megumin's explosions, because we all know who Megumin is. Even John knows who Megumin is, even though he's never met her. And the fact that Aqua chose to be an archpriest basically made them unstoppable. So clearly, John chose the adventurer class, and they all became silent. Pardon? Luna was confused. Why would you choose that class? I thought you heard me. I want to use the adventurer class. But that would be such a waste of your stats. Yeah, John scratched his head. But it really isn't. Although the requirements are low and all the skills are super expensive, if I were to take a specialized class, this doesn't change the fact that the adventurer class is capable of learning skills from every class. It can also equip any desired weapon that would normally be inaccessible. You already have your desired weapon. You wasted your wish on your sword. Oh, well, you see, I wanted to pick a class that can use any sort of weapon. But you've already specialized into sword, you
It's okay. It's okay. Tell us how you really feel.
You can also create a hybrid class by choosing Tank Thief or Healing Assassin. He then proceeded to lecture everyone else in the guild hall for the next hour, and the adventurers surrounding John and Aqua listened intently to every word that came out of his mouth because of how intelligent and big-brained John was.
Listen
and
here.
They all learned extremely large amounts from John's lecture because he was just so mega mind. Everyone thought he was a scholar because of how learned he was. Eventually,
here's the problem, right? I thought Sneaky was making this up. He's really not. Like, I thought this was like sarcasm from Sneaky, but it's not. Listen, these are adventurers. These are the people who hit skip cutscene.
Press A button repeatedly.
They would have walked away by now.
And the ones that didn't walk away would have formed an angry mob.
Well, I mean, it's not only
Just
that.
like,
it's just,
oh shit,
kid,
we figured that out literal decades ago.
Anyone who's ever played D&D, anyone who has ever played D&D knows that the feats you can take. I mean, Atin would know as well for the Pathfinder because that's in the Pathfinder Kingmaker. The feats that you can take that allow you to get lower tier monk training or lower tier wizard training or lower tier priest training, they are fucking useless.
The only two things the only reason you should ever get skills from another class is if you're multi-classing or prestige classing.
Yeah, if you need a specific skill to do something.
Like, look, let's be clear here. Eldritch Knight is probably it's not the most broken, but it's probably the most fun prestige class.
Yes. But it's
like, so what's your guy do? Well, see, I started out as a warrior. But I'm really smart. And I wanted to learn how to cast Fireball. And then 15 wizard levels later, I have a magic sword.
Why didn't you just spec into Hexblade?
Doesn't exist yet. Punch.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to learn real wizard spells, not be a warlock.
Fair enough. Hold on. You can learn real wizard spells as
so the author thinks he's just really fucking big brain, and I want to punch him in the face for that because, well, what if I want to be a tanky thief? Oh, so you're one of those people that likes to take all of the skills when they're playing RPG games. Because what if I need it eventually? It's like, that's why you have party members, and why you have specialization in those skills. Because, what if you need lockpicking, but because you decide to pick one of every skill, and you only have, 3 in lockpicking, but you need a 15. Oh, well, it looks like you wasting that 1 point in lockpicking, still didn't help you. Because you needed that specialist to pick the lock.
Yep.
Listen, if you're gonna skill monkey, at least pick a skill monkey class.
If you're gonna skill monkey, be a bard. Like, Jesus Christ.
Or a rogue.
Or bard rogue.
Those are things.
Oh yes, they are. They
yeah.
stealthily. My favorite is when you stealthily play. Oh my God, sneaky. What's the insult? Cantrip.
Oh,
I actually think one of the players in their campaign actually
biting
has
jape or something.
Vicious mockery.
Vicious mockery, yeah.
My favorite is when you then silently cast, because if you go down, because there's an entire rogue.
Well, I mean, in 3 they've changed
one of them,
the rogue.
One of the,
yeah.
I was gonna say one of them, which is, like at some point they literally get, if it has a verbal component, ignore it.
Yeah. But no, in 3.5, like what the current 5e rogue is based on in 3.5, there was a prestige class that you could pick up after you took multi-classing in bard and rogue, in which basically you had points in every single skill. Like, you were trained in every single skill, and you couldn't fail any skill, and you were always guaranteed like a 10 on every skill regardless of what you rolled.
Yeah, and now rogues just have it as like it's called like reliable talent or whatever.
Yeah, it's called like reliable whatever.
It literally protects you from nat ones.
Wow.
But anyway,
isn't that like a halfling special thing?
No, not anymore.
No, you're thinking of the halfling luck, which is essentially just the luck feat. What this is it's just anytime you roll anything that's under a 10, it becomes a 10, even if it's a 1.
Huh.
Yeah. But anyway, so Mega Mind moment, and then John looks at Aqua's card as she's food-gasming over the food that she's eating. And,
even though it's probably garbage compared to the fact that she was in literal heaven. But hey, we'll ignore that.
Her intelligence is lower than Zwei's, because John just actually happens to know the exact absolute measurement of Zwei's intelligence. And he's a dog for Ohm's sake.
Here's the thing, right?
John.
If for some reason Zwei had come with it, like he'd been like, he was partying and he stole Zwei, and he was holding Zwei when he died, so Zwei came with him, and so he decided to register Zwei for a laugh. Then this joke, see, that would have been an excellent joke.
That would have been
because it would have been subverting our expectations in two different jokes.
Yeah.
The joke wherein he registers Zwei for a gag, and then he looks at the stat cards and goes,
"Look, all I'm saying is Archmage Zwei. I ship it."
You ship it?
Oh.
You can't ship a dog with a class.
Yes, I can. Well, I mean, not only is the God Ohm trope dumb in general, it's really misplaced here. Because you gotta
I wasn't even talking about that stupid thing.
Yeah, I am talking about it now, though.
I know.
Nexus was talking about it. It's a stupid thing, especially in this instance, because you've died, right? You're in the afterlife, you're sitting there, and a person comes up to you, sits down, pulls out your folder. It's of course, a manila folder. And, they're like, all right, well, it looks like you died here, and you're like, oh, excuse me, who are you? It's like, I'm the god of the afterlife. Now, we can reincarnate you. Where's my god? I am your god. I am the person in charge of bringing you into the afterlife. Yes, but what about my god? Yes, hello. So, in an instance where, you personally met the god in charge of you, going, oh my again, oh my god is still a perfectly socially acceptable usage term, both culturally and whatnot, because even if you aren't partaking in a prevalent religion, it's still part of the culture. So even if you are, say, an atheist and you don't believe in the prevalent religion, you using religious phrases like "Oh my God" is it's a thing because culture.
Honestly,
like, oh my Om, where is Om? Well, you're saying Om, not God. Pretty much any culture that has a singular god refers to their god as God. They also have a name for the god, but the cultures generally call them God unless there's a specific scenario, like, say, in a certain prayer, where they mention the name. But typically, in most religions of a monotheistic nature, God is God. And then there is a name
Our
similar.
God is an awesome God. Sorry.
But, it's just generally dumb for a lot more reasons than normal, is basically what I'm trying to say. Hey, you had something to add,
too
Atin?
much is...
Nope.
Okay.
Just
Then
annoyed
let's
at
wrap
the
this
stupidity.
up and call the longest fix session ever over. Her
Well,
luck
thank
is
God.
horrendous. I know I've repeated this multiple times, but is she really a goddess, or is this just a prank? Yep, any second now, Aqua's gonna turn around and go, "Just kidding! I'm not actually the god of the dead. This is a
prank, bro.
Psych! This is a prank." Now, and then she pulls out a Glock 18 and pops a cap in his ass.
Oh. Oh, jeez. Wow, that escalated. Anyway, so, John's common sense is the only thing preventing him from losing his sanity. Actually, you'll find it to be the other way around. Your common sense makes you lose your sanity because it makes you go, "Why is everyone around me so goddamn dumb?" Then again, common sense doesn't exist in this world. Where are you getting that from? Nothing personnel, kid. Where you get common sense doesn't exist in this world. What made you think that? The fact that when you walked into the guild hall and some guy was like, "Hey, you're wearing strange clothing," and you go, yeah, I'm actually from really far away and my village died and shit and I'm here for revenge." And the guy goes, "Oh, revenge quest, yeah, I totally get that. You can sign up over there." Is that not common sense? You're in the adventurers hall. All of them are flamboyant.
I like to imagine that there's just some guy sitting at the table, like, reading a newspaper. Can I get a question? Are you revenge-filled? Sort. All right, it's over there. Just, like, so used to it at this point that he's just like, fuck it, just take it.
Like, if anything, you're the one who doesn't have common sense because you walked up to a counter, goes, "Hi, I would like to be an adventurer," and the person goes, "All right, well, just got to pay the registration fee," and you're like, "Okay, well, registration fee. I could ask you what that fee is and how much I need to pay, but you know what? It counts out gold coins. Hey, is 500% the fee a good price?" Where's the common sense there, author? Where's the common sense there? Or are you saying that John has common sense because he chose to pick a class that is heavily gimped because it doesn't specialize in anything after he wasted his wish on a sword? So the fact that the class can use any weapon is completely useless to him because he already has a legendary sword that cannot break, even though he can't use the legendary aspects of it yet. So he picks a class that can use any weapon, which is useless, and the fact that the class is actually a worse version of all of the other classes combined and doesn't offer him any immediate benefits when dealing with anything. And the common sense is where? Author? And instead of having John pick something like Megamind Learning or something, you know, like something really useful that can't be stolen from you or, you know, turned off or something.
Like, you know what? I'll give one credit. I was reading, I think it was called like Lazy Dungeon Master or something, which first of all, reasonable enough for a shitpost.
Right.
But there's one dude who shows up as a hero. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, what power did you ask for? I asked for super luck.
I mean, super luck can be
just put my luck at 99, fam.
If Fallout has taught me anything, it means that luck builds can actually work pretty damn well.
But
Well,
it's yeah.
I would say, well, like, and here's the thing, right? The guy who wrote Wheel of Time proved that luck as a superpower is perfectly valid. One dude was the ultimate magician and could break the world in half. One dude could talk to wolves and enter the dream realm. And one dude, always lucky. Couldn't lose at cards, couldn't lose at dice. If he was about to get stabbed in the back, someone would trip and fall, or a bowstring would snap, or whatever. It's like, really, which one of them is gonna win in the fight? Last guy. Of course, yeah. Last guy.
Or the other things I was saying, you know, like accelerated learning rate. Oh, I wish I had the superpower to learn mastery in anything in an hour. Okay, just alright, learned everything. Invented new things and learned them too. Alright, now I can build everything once I get the resources for it, which I just so happen to also be a mastermind in economics and public speeches, so I'll just publicly raise funds to buy shit from the economy. And then start up my own business to build more shit to buy more shit for me. Because I'm now a master in everything. It's like,
what is this,
bang, bang, boom. Yes. Or exponential EXP gain. Oh, I'm now a level 100 wizard, level 100 rogue, level 100 fighter, level 100 cleric. I can't die anymore and my punches break mountains. You know, oh wow, so many things that you could do with this stuff. It's like, well, yeah, that makes for a shit story, but better than a fucking sword you then pick the class to discard. Whatever. Anyway, so common sense. Author jerks himself off a bunch, and all we have to do is train to beat the demon lord. Let's go get wasted. They shout, and they get drunk as shit. And then a crimson-eyed girl appears from the shadows. Dun dun dun! Find out next time.
I don't think we will.
Author's note. This is based on the blah blah blah. First episode, except Cosmo is John instead. And I try to be a little bit more original in the future. Why did I give John a defense stat? Why did I also invent a defense stat? Well, you see, I'm binge watching the anime, and I tried to read the light novel, but I can't because it's really hard to read light novels.
It's a light novel. It's not. They're not even 300 pages usually. And of that, depending on the author, anywhere from 5 to 15 of those pages may in fact be very nice pencil sketches.
Anyway, well then, we have
done here.
spent the entire podcast on a single story. But such is the life when a story is particularly awful that we get to scream and rant about. I thank you for everyone who stayed along this far into the podcast, and I wholeheartedly implore you to tell other people about this podcast because God damn, do I need more people?
This is
anyway.
also an awful story. Please never read this again.
Yeah. Anyway, I will see you all on Friday, because there is always more, and it always gets worse.